get better. Our goal is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play. And that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time. It's all about what does it take to break you.
Yes, sir. Welcome to Niggas App Junior Sports Talk TV. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about this Auburn versus LSU, another SEC showdown that I'm excited to watch. And before we get started, I got my man Jeremy on, my Auburn fan, and my man Chris. Y'all know my man Chris. Y'all know both of them. And I got them on today, and they finna talk about this game, get their thoughts going on. And how y'all doing this afternoon?
I'm doing good, bro. How are you, man? How y'all doing?
All right.
Doing great. Appreciate y'all for coming in, man. So we're finna get this thing started. And I'm gonna start off by asking Jeremy, since y'all the whole team today, this week. The last time we seen y'all was against Georgia. Tell me, give me a little quick recap of that and how you felt about that game.
About the Georgia game, right?
Yeah.
And look, that was a game that I kind of felt like Auburn had a chance to go toe to toe with Georgia, just because Georgia hasn't looked like a national championship team up to that moment. So, I made a prediction that literally blew up UGA's Twitter. I mean, I had like 100,000 people view it, about 100 plus folks comment on it. I had the UGA Spike Squad section, their students comment on it, and I was so close to 3 turnovers. I mean, it was so close, but it just showed that Hugh Freeze came prepared, and I will say this: Hugh Freeze has changed the offense.
Most definitely. And Chris, I want to ask you the same thing. Last week, y'all played Missouri. Missouri played with y'all close for a while, but Missouri just couldn't seal the deal. Tell me your thoughts about that game last week.
Oh man, that game had so much theatrics in it. It was full of highs and lows, man. From the jump out, they jumping on us 14 to zip to us. By the third quarter, we're being down 21-7. But that is a true testament to Jaden Daniels' greatness, man. That was his performance provided a lot of clarity for the SEC and put them on notice with the NCAA avoided that loss we had to Ole Miss. But yeah, man, that was a true testament to Jaden Daniels' greatness. The offense is what it is. I mean, we can't stop a car from coming down the street, but I mean, other than that, man, I mean, yeah, that it was a close game. We went in there, we went in Mizzou, bro. We went inside the zoo, very hostile atmosphere. They were, they were talking smack before the game. It was a little chilly that game too, as well. And we pulled it out, man. From on the sportsmanship aspect of it, I didn't want Major Burns to run it in for that pick six, because I wanted us to have a little bit decorum about ourselves, just fall down and let's run the clock out. But it is what it is, man. I'm glad we pulled out the victory.
That's what's up. I'm gonna just let you know, man. We got a loss on our record, so right now, at some point, I start putting on my Missouri Tigers pull my pom-poms out for us. Like, let's go. Then I start realizing, I'm like, yeah, they ain't gonna probably get this done.
Then it would be better.
But it was a good game, though, man.
Oh yeah, man. It was, like I said, it was man. That's some shit you see off Madden. So yeah, for real.
So we're finna get into it for real. And I want to start by asking, going off by Auburn defense versus LSU offense. Jeremy, how do you feel about Auburn defense versus LSU, man?
Look, we stopped one of the most physical offenses for 3 solid quarters. Brock Bowers was basically not even in the game half the time because Auburn kind of bracketed him, shut him down, kept him kept him just out there, just being a decoy, not really doing anything. But we're not playing him, so yeah, I feel like with LSU, they got a few good guys, and especially with Malik Neighbors, I will give him the credit that he's considered a top 10 wide receiver in the country. Okay, I will say that, but I think our secondary can match up as long as Jalen Simpson comes out healthy because he got hurt in the Georgia game, a calf injury, something like that. So I think if he comes out healthy with DJ James and some of these guys, I think our defense can hold them down to early 30 something points because this is going to be a 30 to 30 something point game. So I think our defense can kind of, limit LSU's damage. The only question mark I have is, with Jaden Daniels wheeling it out like Bo Nix and some of these others in the SEC in the past. I just wonder how long our defense can hang when you got Jaden Daniels as a running threat too. So, but I think for at least 3 solid quarters that our defense will be able to hang on and keep this between a one-score game.
And I'm gonna tell you this. This is what I was telling some Georgia fans too. I said, Auburn, we know what the offense look like. I said, but I was telling them that I said they got a good defense. And with Georgia slow starts at the moment, I said they're gonna be the scary thing. And coming into that game, they end up being the thing. Georgia slow starts and the Auburn defense were capitalizing and stepped up big that game. So I like y'all defense a lot, man. I like y'all defense a lot. Y'all can play real on the defensive side of the ball. Y'all play really well, and that could be, one of the things that could be a big factor for y'all. But Chris, I want to ask y'all this. Ask you this: it's LSU offense versus the Auburn defense. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, their offense is lights out. I'm an offensive guy, and that's the way I like to see offense play. The way LSU been doing it. Last week when I did my little recap video on my thumbnail, I put Jaden Daniels on there and I put first rounder. How do you feel about LSU offense versus the Auburn defense?
Well, my compadre, on the other hand, he forgets that Jaden Daniel has a QBR of 90%, which is fourth in the nation. He's third in the nation. He's third in the nation for throwing yards, right behind Shador Sanders, who has 2,020, I want to say, and Michael Penix Jr. Jaden Daniels has 1900. Well, almost 200. I think it's 1,969 yards. So he's not only just a runner, he's an incredible passer too. And he's going against stout defenses in the SEC West. He's not in the big, he's not in the Pac-12 doing this. He's going against, SEC defenses. But like I said, he also avoided that, we got not only the second best receiver in college football, we got the ninth best receiver. We got 2 top 10 receivers. Malik Neighbors has 771 yards on 771 yards, and Brian Thomas has 603 yards with 9 touchdowns. And I think Malik Neighbors has like 6 touchdowns. So this is night in, night out going against some of the most ferocious defenses in the league. I would give it to him though. I will give this to him. I will him in. The guy, Camden Brown, Larry Nixon III. What's that guy name? Asante
Samuel.
Yeah, they real physical. They real physical. I understand y'all.
Jalen Simpson.
Yeah, right. I understand y'all give up 128 yards allowed, in the rushing. So, and we rush right at on average for 200 yards. So, this is going to be a physical game. I do believe in my heart of hearts that Jaden Daniels, I believe, no one can stop him, hold him under 300 yards, man. It just is what it is. He's going to get it. He's going to get his shit off on any secondary. It's just that guy has something in him. He has the testicular fortitude to get it done, man. It's just, he's transcending into something to something great this year, and he's getting better. He's getting better and better as the games are being played. But I think we stand a great chance against Auburn. Their offense is rather pedestrian, but their defense supplements it for lack of though.
Now I will say this. I ain't trying to turn this into the Paul Feinbaum show, but when I see
Hey,
LSU,
Jimmy, do you, baby?
trust me, if you've been some of these spaces, I've been after it right now.
Yeah.
Especially with these LSU fans, some of them can be a little bit crazy, but I get that you played some good SEC defenses, but the last time you played a top 10, top 12 defense was FSU, and we saw how that landed, where your offense looked very kind of pedestrian. Now, I don't think Auburn's is at that same level, but you saw how Malik Neighbors played. You saw how they played, when they get really pushed. So I think Auburn's going to have that kind of same effect where we're going to push y'all. We're going to literally make you have to play physical ball for 4 quarters. And, Ron Roberts, he's a guy that he uses different schemes. He'll use a 3-3-5 and a 4-2 and a 4-2-5. So Jaden Daniels is not going to be looking at one look. He's going to be looking at different looks. So you may have played some good defenses, and the last one I think you really played that really showed you was FSU. Ole Miss don't really got much of a defense. Missouri showed they ain't really got much of a stout defense. So y'all were able to score 40 plus points. But I don't think you're gonna score no more than maybe 30, 32 points. Which if y'all can hold us to 25 to 28 points and under 30, I think LSU gets the win. But this is a team that Auburn has always carried a great defense. So uh, I think our defense has got us, kind of locked in toe to toe with LSU's offense right now.
Uh, can I rebuttal?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, so you said that, but I would also like to add. All right, y'all hung in with Georgia, right? So in the grand scheme of things, who has Georgia ever played? They played Akron, they played Eastern Kentucky, they played Florida, and they played y'all. They haven't played anybody. I believe if this universe was parallel and Georgia put Georgia on the West, the 1,800 yards that Carson Beck that has thrown for, it would be repetitively shortened. It's just a cakewalk they're doing. They just ran up against a very decent defense in Auburn, and be that as it may, I do believe y'all going to play us tough because historically y'all play us tough all the time. This is going to be a very nostalgic game in Baton Rouge. Like I said, Auburn always plays us tough, man. I think they're our second rival, besides Ole Miss, our second greatest rival besides Ole Miss and Tulane. But yeah, I like I said, I don't even have this game going in the 40s. I had this game. People surprised that I picked this game to go 32-37. Tigers. LSU.
Well,
That's
man,
good.
I got it in the early 30s.
Actually, I think we'll be going. I think for some crazy reason, I think we're going to be down by halftime. We're going to be down halftime, like 21-17 or 21-10 or some shit, and we're going to come back and pull off in fashion. So yeah, I think Auburn's going to come out there. See, Hugh Freeze is devoid of resources, and we all know he likes to exploit matchups over schemes. He likes to get the best players around the country rather than develop them. We've seen that through time and time. So he's going to exploit the best matchups on offense. I do believe our offense and our defense is gonna kind of neutralize each other out. I don't believe y'all have the corners to cover Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors and Aaron Anderson to coming out the slot and Mason Taylor. So I believe, bro. I believe I believe this game is gonna be hard fought, and it's just. I wouldn't be surprised, bro, if y'all pull it off. But like I said, I think it's going to be closer than what most people predicted. I think we're minus 11 this game or something like that. Something else.
11.5.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's going to be real closer than that. I believe if we do win, it's going to be with seven or less. So
Yeah, well, I have to kind of rebuttal on that secondary. If you go look at right now, we have two of the best defensive backs in the country, DJ James, and probably the second best safety in the country right now, and Jalen Simpson. And the only person that ranks higher than Jalen Simpson is I think his name's Starks at Georgia. So I think we got the defensive backs and secondary to be able to hang with y'all's wide receivers. The only thing is that Auburn doesn't need to shoot itself in the foot like we did in the Georgia game. Because if we limit our mistakes, I think we could win this 31-30 kind of game. Because I think our secondaries are physical enough. Because Auburn's always had some great secondaries. No offense to y'all, but I think y'all are dropped off quite a bit in the secondaries.
my bad.
So, but to that point about your wide receivers, yes, they are great, but we got two the best right now in the country that are graded in the top 5, and DJ James and Jalen Simpson.
All right. We shall see. I mean, we shall see. We shall see, bro.
So I'm gonna ask you this, Chris. Do you find what is the small threat that you do see in the Auburn defense against your offense?
I don't see anything. I don't see anything a small threat from them on defense because they came out with a close victory against a wounded animal. I don't look at Georgia as being this perennial team that they once were in 2020. I mean, 21 and 2022. I don't see them as that. Actually, I see them as a mid-tier team with a very stout defense, with a subpar quarterback who's playing against Division II talent, who actually not Division II, but I'm for joke's sake, I don't really see nobody that they play. To me, Kent State, Ball State, who else they played? Middle Tennessee, y'all, and who else? Forgot who they played this year.
They just beat the crap out of Kentucky.
I say that to say this: they haven't played anybody. I haven't seen their fruits of their labor to earn this team. Where you stop them 27. I mean, they put 26 points on y'all, and I can show that as a true testament to their defense. Hey, they may run up on. We may lose the West, and Alabama will blow them out. I don't know. We haven't seen it. I only can see the verdict is going to be at the end of November when I seen them play Ole Miss and Tennessee.
Okay.
Wow.
So
that's ooh, my goodness. I talked to he can attest. I talked to a lot of insiders, and one thing I can tell you right now, from what you saw from Georgia going up to Auburn was I guess you would say, a wakening up, because from what I've been told, Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart has got this team hell on wheels, and you're about to see a run in Georgia where they're about to completely dominate everybody because they have sleepwalked into their schedule. I will admit it is easy. It is a cakewalk. And a lot of it is because Greg Sankey took that Oklahoma game away. So I will say that. But, to say Georgia is a mid-tier team, they are back-to-back national championships. They are favorite right now to win it a third in a row, and there's a reason why they are picked to win it again, because they can substitute 3 deep 5 stars like nobody else can. So, I understand you got a high-power offense, but Georgia's got one of the best defenses in the country, and it took Auburn to wake up and see that they can be beaten if they don't tighten up. So a lot of people inside of Georgia have been telling me they have woken up and they have gotten their scare of their life. Last year they had their scare against Missouri, and and you saw what happened after they almost lost to Missouri. They destroyed everybody. So I think this is a Georgia team that is a lot better than what people thought they saw because they slept walked through the first part of their schedule until they met Auburn.
Hmm. You got a rebuttal to that?
I mean, them being a sleeping team is, I guess that's, that being a metaphor for what I don't know, but I also can say that Georgia has an awesome secondary. It's nothing that I see that in the interior that scares me. It's no, there even that middle three doesn't scare me. They don't have Bear Alexander, the freshman that they got on the left. He doesn't even frighten me as a little. I would say Carson Beck has become a very decent thrower and he's getting better throughout the season. But it's just something so they're missing something, brother. They don't look like the 2022 team that I seen dominating the 2021 team that I seen dominate.
Well, yes,
I
I
will
mean,
say that, and to be honest with you, bro, I got Georgia losing the game this year.
whew, look, I could tell you from the drop off, it is to be expected. Georgia did not expect to come in this year and dominate like the first 2 years. After you losing about between 2 years, you lost about 20 first rounders. I mean, it's gonna bound to happen where you kind of drop off and you have to play a different style of ball, and that's what Georgia's playing. They are playing a different style of ball just because they have taken a lot of hits from the draft and taken all their talent. So the run game is not as good, but they got Ra Thomas, they got Brock Bowers, and right now ain't nobody can stop Brock Bowers. I think we did the best that anyone probably can, except for maybe Bama. I don't know. Maybe Bama does better, but other than Bama, I don't see nobody else doing better than what we did against Georgia because we used our best secondary and bracketed him and just slowed him down. But you can't stop a grown man playing football for 4 solid quarters because eventually he's going to get his and he's going to make a big impact. So, Georgia may not be the Georgia from the past 2 years, but Georgia will still be the favorite to win the national championship. I give them credit. They woke up in the fourth quarter and held us. So I mean, I think their defense is good enough to hold anybody down, including LSU. I don't think LSU can score no more than 30 points on Georgia just because Georgia has some of the best players in the country in three deep. So, I mean, us playing Georgia should kind of tell you that no offense scares us.
I mean, well, you guys are not ranked, so I mean, Georgia. I mean, even them beating y'all, that still hasn't to me. That still hasn't shown me anything. I mean, even with you guys playing, you guys, even since they beat y'all, I didn't take that game as the Bible of hey, this is how to stop Georgia. Yes, Brock Bowers is a utility guy. He's the Tim Tebow of their offense. And while Carson Beck plays second fiddle to that, I don't disagree with you. But you also said Ra Thomas in the grand scheme of things, who's that? He was a decent receiver on a garbage Mississippi State team. He's nobody in the grand scheme of things. And I will second with this. Georgia is not holding. Georgia's secondary is not holding Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas. I don't see anyone in the country that can hold them. The only thing that happened was it was a bunch of miscues that game. We didn't punch it in as we liked Florida State. Brian Kelly had a bunch of mistakes. That game was really lost on coaching, man. I don't know if you watched the game was lost in coaching. So, but like I said, man, I don't look at Georgia and see what you see. I see something. I see them as being a step down from last year. I don't. They don't. I understand about the secondary. They might have the best secondary in college football, but they have nowhere near All right, so you put Georgia, you can't take Georgia receivers and they're going to start at Alabama. I don't see that other than Ra Thomas. You can't take Georgia receivers and they're going to start at at LSU. Now you can take Georgia receivers, they'll start at Auburn, but I mean it just is what it is in the grand scheme of things. That's why I'm saying I don't see what you see in Georgia. Them beating y'all, it didn't tell me anything. I didn't see a blueprint on how to dismantle this team. And that's why I agree with Kangaroo Black when he says I think Georgia will lose against Ole Miss.
Uh,
Oh yeah,
look,
you also said they lost a lot of players, like 20-something players. Who's lost more players than LSU? We've put more players behind since we put more players in the last 5 years in the NFL behind Alabama.
I'm not talking about the last film. I'm talking about the last 2 years. How many first rounders do you
Yeah,
have
you're
compared
talking
to
about
Georgia?
last 2 years, but you gotta understand. Georgia has been recruiting at a high level. Actually, Georgia winning 2 championships is the byproduct of Alabama and LSU's having a down year. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, LSU and Alabama's had some down years, so Georgia's been capitalizing on that.
But eventually, you have to understand, it don't matter. It don't matter how many top five recruit classes. Once all these juniors and these big junior classes start leaving, and you have two of them like Georgia has, you're going to digress just a little bit. It's not that well the coaching ain't there and this and that. It's just this team is so young and so green behind the ears that now they have to learn from their mistakes, and it took an Auburn game to learn from it.
Yeah,
But
so y'all,
it
y'all, all right.
but
Y'all
it's
still
a also a testament to Auburn because I don't know what you know about Auburn,
I know
but
that ball.
yeah, but the past 2 years we had a coach that was hired to dismantle our program. Okay, Brian Hartson was not there to help us. He was hired to take down the good old boys and ruin Auburn.
Hey man,
Okay,
I like
and
Auburn. I like Auburn. Auburn's
yeah,
my always been.
well, yeah, well, I'm just saying, for us to have a bunch of guys that are maybe 3 stars and maybe a couple 4 stars sprinkled in here and there on the whole roster, which ain't many. And we take a team that is superior to us, like Georgia, in all aspects, and our offensive line plays better than probably most offensive lines have played against Georgia's defense. And we hang in there for four quarters. That there should tell you that unless you got a defense like Georgia or Bama or Ohio State or someone up there, we're going to take you down to the wire. I mean, I have to give it to y'all. I think y'all got the two best nose tackles and maybe an edge player in the country in Harold Perkins. I would love to see Harold Perkins used better because I think he is misused. I think he needs to put his hands in the ground and attack. If he does that in the Auburn game, this will be a nightmare for Auburn because I don't think we have anybody on the O line that can sit there and go hands on with Harold Perkins if he's used like he should be used. But I haven't seen him used like he should be used. So that's why I'm not really worried about LSU's defense because some of your players are not being used like they are supposed to. And I've been in a lot of big spaces. I'll talk to a guy from Tiger Bait. There's serious talk that y'all are looking to fire Matt House this year because of how this defense has looked.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
your yeah.
yeah.
So your
Yeah.
defense is one of the is one of the aspects that Auburn is not worried about. It's just we just need to keep the chains moving so where we can keep up with your offense. Because I think if we keep up with your offense, I don't think your defense can stop us because if we RPO y'all like we did against Georgia, because that's how our QB has learned to be a QB is doing the RPO system, which our last OC who is still there got he got stripped of his playbook. His playbook was Baylor's, and that was not going to work. So Hugh Freeze has his RPO playbook. So that's what you saw against Georgia, and that's what you're going to see in this LSU game. And I don't know if you're linebackers. I don't know who's playing. I don't know if Amari Spates is playing, but whoever's back there is going to have to be eye disciplined because you saw Georgia's linebackers; they were not eye disciplined.
Yeah, Omar Spates is not even our best linebacker, man. Our best linebacker is Harold Perkins, but he's also being used as a utility player. They probably have Whit Weeks, who's a guy it's a freshman, who likes cause a lot of disruption in the back, and we have Greg Penn the third. But yeah, so basically, y'all went up against a walk-on running back as a starter for Georgia, right? Their starter is like a walk-on, right?
Dejon Edwards, I think he's a four-star running back, if I'm not mistaken.
So I know they have they have a walk-on that gets pretty much playing time. And
yeah, he's good now.
Yeah, he's decent, but he's decent, bro. But like I said, listen, bro, I like Auburn. Hugh Freeze was the best thing Auburn could have done in the last 15 years, man. I am so afraid of this guy, his offensive mentality. And I always say he's going to exploit matchups. He's going to find the best matchup over scheme. I don't even know how you can prepare for LSU offense. It's the best offense in the SEC and the third best in the country. I don't see how you can prepare with that because you guys are devoid of resources of matching up with us and depth. All I can say is, like you said, you have those two little good cornerbacks. We're gonna see, bro. We're gonna see.
Yeah, I mean, the problem that people don't look at is, look, Auburn's got players, but here's the key thing. When they get tired, they have to be subbed out. Everybody's going to have to be subbed out. I mean, you can't play like freaking 100-something snaps. I mean, that's just almost impossible unless you're just a freak of nature. But yeah, but when we take our best players out, which is our starting, which is the best, which makes Auburn a top 15 defense, is the first stringers. But when we start subbing out players, that's where we start taking hits. And usually that don't happen until the late third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. And that's where, talent and depth becomes an issue. But for at least the first half going into the third quarter, Auburn's got the first stringers to go toe to toe with your best. But the issue is how much of our depth is going to take a hit. Like against Georgia, is it going to really affect us in the game where we're going to get behind? And that's the only main question. But, Auburn's going to bracket, your wide receiver and neighbors just like they did Brock. Okay. I guarantee you that is the game plan. But
it's easy to bracket a tight end.
Yeah. Yeah, but Brock Bowers is 6'6", 250 pounds, and he runs like a wide receiver. So that's just as tough as anything in the country. But we did it for 3 quarters, I will say. But if we can do that for Malik Neighbors and just freaking find out how we can win the 4th quarter, anything is possible. But I think this is definitely a tight 4th quarter kind of game. And, I give it to, LSU. They are winning in a fashion where I didn't think LSU would be winning. I thought LSU was going to win against Missouri, and I was starting to have doubts when y'all went down 22-7. I was like, I know this is not even. I know I'm not watching this. But you know what? I'm glad y'all did win because now this LSU game is a lot more interesting. So
I want to ask a question.
Okay.
We've been seeing LSU defense shaky. We've been seeing them shaky. What does Auburn do to take advantage of Auburn defense? LSU defense.
Well, I kind of told you, the game plan that you saw against Georgia. If you didn't see that, go rewatch it because that is the game plan for Auburn. We're going to have to RPO, and that is all we can really basically do with Peyton Thorne because he's the better thrower. Now, is he the best quarterback? No, he is the worst. I think in the SEC, only maybe ahead of Devin Leary. But, what we do is we're going to have to put the ball in a situation where the running back's going to have to touch it, and we're going to have to watch the linebacker's eyes. And that's how we got Georgia. If we can fool LSU into syncing up and then he pull it and toss it out, then we'll get one-on-one coverage, which is good. But one thing that we cannot do is shoot ourselves in the foot and get too much in a hurry where we're having high snaps, which killed that drive that could have won against Georgia. That high snap, that was a drive killer. So I mean, RPO and LSU can work, but we just got to be disciplined.
And Chris,
Yo,
the LSU defense versus Auburn offense. How do you feel about that?
listen, man. Pete Jenkins has came back. We've got an 82-year-old man from the retirement home to help our line. So he's come back. He was on that. He was our D-line coach from that 2019 team, and he even for date backs pre that. But it's nothing I believe that Auburn can do that I've seen. What you have a very, very modest quarterback. What Peyton Thorne throwing for what 643 yards. I don't look at him as he's him. Essentially, you don't really have any standout receivers other than Fairweather. He's pretty decent. So it's not that my corners are going against these ferocious wide receivers. I do think you guys have a really decent running game, which that's going to put us on the edge with Hal Perkins, have to put him in space, so he can also come back on the line, and Greg Penn Jr. and McKen Wingo being also active this game. This game's going to have to be played through being led through Mason Smith. Hopefully he can have a breakout game, put some pressure on that offensive line, try to get to Peyton Thorne, make him rush. We all know he's thrown 4 interceptions lately. So if we can get him a little bit busy in the back and make these irrational decisions and stop his progressions or make him stop his half progressions, I think we can do a pretty stout job at stopping this Auburn offense.
I'm gonna ask you, does Robbie Ashford provide any threat to you?
Yeah, he does. He does make me nervous. As you see, we've struggled with running quarterbacks lately. Jackson Dart and Jordan Travis. So we struggle with those guys. So I mean, that's why I said Hugh Freeze, he provides the best matchup. It's gonna be skill over scheme. I don't see anything that Peyton Thorne can do, but I also can see if he run a couple gadget plays through Robbie Ashford and make him activate him some type of way so he can be successful in his offense. I can see them being really busy come Saturday at 6 in Tiger Stadium.
Okay. You got any rebuttal to that, Jeremy?
You're definitely going to see Robbie Ashford.
You are definitely going
to have to scheme for both QBs. And the problem that I had with the Georgia game is you stopped a little too soon with Robbie going down there, shooting ourselves in the foot and all that. Hopefully that got all worked out because I think the head coach Freeze was chewing the shit out of our OC. He turned a bloodshot red. I don't know what kind of words he was using, but I'm pretty sure they weren't friendly. But Robbie Ashford is probably going to be the biggest factor in this game because of the fact that in between the 20s you'll see Peyton, but when we get inside around the 20-yard line, this is where Hugh Freeze will dial up some trickery plays. He will have Robbie. And you know what, man? From what all I've been told this offseason, Robbie is a freak of an athlete that not one person can bring down. So if you're going to bring down Robbie, you better have at least 2 guys to bring him down. One to slow him down and one to come in and they're going to clean it up because Robbie is a lot better than last year. I will say. Now, as a passer, uh, I ain't gonna go that far, but as an overall athlete and using his legs, his strength, and his mobility, he's a lot better.
I was reading that comment. I was reading that comment.
Which I was talking about this long one.
Yeah, I was reading Coach Dude, and I agree with
Okay.
you. Yeah, I agree with that. And I agree with Van. Van a decent. I mean, Hugh Freeze is a decent recruiter, bro. I give him a little bit more credit than that, bro. Like you said, he had those 6'5", 6'4" receivers. You know, they were unguardable. Bama had a field day with them
Thanks.
dudes. So yeah, man, Hugh Freeze. That's why I said, bro, Hugh Freeze coming back in the SEC West provides a lot of parity, bro, for us, man. So you have the GOAT, and you got Brian Kelly, Lincoln. I mean, Lane Kiffin and Hugh Freeze all in the same fucking conference, bro. That is crazy. What is it? What is this? 2007? What is like? It's crazy. But nah. But yeah, Robbie Ashford definitely does scare me. But man, Peyton can rush too. I seen he ran for what, over 80 yards.
Yeah,
80 yards rushing against Georgia.
yeah,
That's what he had, like
he had
96.
he had a big
Yeah,
66-yard run.
at the
But
end.
everybody was like, man, if that was Robbie would have took it to the house because he's a lot faster. But yeah,
Like,
Payne got some wheels.
yeah, I think he almost had 100 that game against Georgia. I think he had like 92 or something like that. But yeah, man, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have to get after him. We're gonna have to make him uncomfortable. We know both of them are really modest passers. They're not that great as passers, but Hugh Freeze do the best to utilize 100% of his offense, bro. We're gonna get the best. We're gonna get the best of what he has to offer. So I mean, man, I'm not taking Georgia. I mean, I'm not taking Auburn light. The SEC West, anybody can get beat. I'm not taking nobody light. So I mean, come 6 o'clock in Death Valley, man. The lights come on. History says we win this game, but man, this has been a weird season. We've seen all kind of shit happen.
So real quick, Jeremy, I'll ask you. Give me a quick rundown prediction on how you think this game going, man.
Well, I'll just hit you with three: the score prediction, offense, and defense. The offense, man. I think our run game will be. I'm not gonna say unstoppable, but it will be unbearing to sit there and watch because not only do you have Peyton that can run, as we found out, you got Robbie, then you got Jarquez, then you got I think his name is Sean Petit. He's them three right there are going to be hell on wheels on the ground just in the run game. So, I mean, if we can get at least, I'm just going to throw out a number. If we can get 120 yards on the ground or even more, I think our offense will be clicking. I think we'll be able to march down the field and get some points. Defensive wise, I will say if we can keep LSU, because I know LSU is going to score us points. It don't matter how good your defense is, but you got to play containment. So I'm looking for Auburn to try to keep LSU around the 30-point margin, between 28 and 33 points, in between there. But if Auburn's secondary can play as good as it did against Brock Bowers, Lad McConkey, and them Georgia guys, and basically keep the best overall athlete in college football down for solid core three solid quarters, then I think Auburn can do the same with LSU. But in a game like this, where Death Valley is going to be Death Valley, it is the most tumultuous, hardest damn place that you could ever play in college football. And I just hope that nobody throws a whiskey bottle. Let's just try to keep that left in the stands. But I think Auburn, just from my Auburn opinion, I think we can squeak out a 31-30 win in Baton Rouge. And let's not forget, this is the last time Auburn will play LSU until maybe 2025 or maybe even 2026. I don't know the future
It all
schedule.
depends on what. Yeah, it all depends on what they schedule, man. I
Yeah,
hate that
yeah,
though. I
yeah.
hate.
So just to kind of add to the game, this is going to be the last time, at least for maybe 2 years, that Auburn will play LSU. So this is going to be a lot more riding on the coaches to try to get this one win left over Brian Kelly or over Hugh Freeze. So, but I got Auburn winning 31-30.
And Chris,
Yeah.
predict this game for me. How you see this thing going? Your score prediction at the end.
First, I want to say, man, with no whiskey bottles will be thrown on in Death Valley, bro. But yeah, man, if we're gonna beat Hugh Freeze, we gotta get him now, dog. We're gonna have to get him now because in 2 years, you give Hugh Freeze 2 years of recruiting. You already seen he flipped that 5-star linebacker from y'all. He got him back, so we're gonna get him. We got to catch him while he's down now. So, but like I said, I got us trailing Auburn in the half, 10-17, 10-21, bro. He said he think all they got to do is score 120 with rushing. I think y'all gonna have more than that on us. I think y'all might have like 150 rushing yards on us, man. We can't stop a nosebleed. The only thing I can say is, man, we are wide receiver by committee. We're gonna go at you guys. We're gonna bombard you guys in the air, and I do believe it's gonna attrition will play a key factor in this game with your secondary. We're gonna run you guys. We're gonna sprint. We're gonna throw wheel routes. We're gonna be on the flare, bro. It's gonna be Madden 23 out there with you guys, but like I said, man, this game, other than that, I think it's going to be close. It's closer than what people make it is. Like I said, I got it 30-37. Us. I'm going with us, but I wouldn't be surprised, man. Our defense is horrible. Horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. The only people I have, like I said, I've been wanting. I understand us putting Harold Perkins hands in the ground, but honestly, he's been thriving in the backfield lately. He's been thriving in the backfield. He got 2 interceptions on the season. He has a bunch of pass breakups. He's our best secondary person back there. So I mean, but other than that, man, so I just hope Matt House called a good game, man. We're getting prepared for him. Like I said, man, I'm not gonna disrespect their receiver. I like Fairweather. He may have a little breakout game. Like I said, man, we got to watch out for the linebackers because this is a linebacker driven team. So like I said, man, 30. I got it 30-37. Us go Tigers.
Jeremy, I want to ask you this question.
Yeah.
And I know you agree with this, Chris. Y'all secondary is not good.
Oh, hell no. Shit, no.
Do you see Auburn going out there and trying to test that secondary?
Say, dog, we might make this dude Peyton Thorne look like a Heisman winner, a Heisman candidate. I'm not lying to you, bro. That's the type of stupid shit we do, bro. Like this dude may have a breakout game. This dude may have a 300-yard game against us, bro. Ain't no telling what kind of shit we gonna have going with us. But if he have a 300-yard game, we'll have like a 500-yard game. So, but I mean, it just comes with the territory, bro. You seen against what Ole Miss, bro, dude. We had over what? Ole Miss had 700 yards offense, 702 yards offense. We had 690 something. So, bro, like, I mean, we can't stop a nosebleed right now. But this is the last year we're gonna see us guys like this. We have a bevy of 4- and 5-star guys coming in next year. So when Nussmeier starts, you're gonna see a different defense back there, man.
Now I will say, the best quarterback in the country will be down there, and I'm licking my chops.
Yeah, Bryce Underwood. Yeah, and it's I think us and Michigan and us. I think we're leading with him.
Oh yeah, but never count out Hugh Freeze when he goes in front of big time recruits. So, Hugh Freeze has been known to slide in over halfway during someone's recruitment and say, "Hey, you can fit my system." So, this is also a tryout for Hugh Freeze to say, "Hey, I know you like Michigan, I know you like LSU, but you need to give us some love too." So, but I think it'll be a crazy atmosphere, and I don't know how many players are going to be on y'all sideline, from the
Hey,
high school ranks, but I
They
know
got a
it's
lot.
going to
They got
be.
a lot coming.
Oh
They
yeah,
got a
yeah,
lot.
and see,
listen,
and
you ain't got to
see,
worry about that Bryce Underwood shit. Y'all will not be seeing him on y'all side. He's not going to even get remotely close to y'all. Hugh
yeah.
Freeze, shut that shit down. We got Camden. We got the little 5-star guy coming from Duncanville. We got
Oh
all
yeah.
our 4-star. Yeah, we're gonna have we got Kayshawn Billiot, our little 4-star wide receiver. We're gonna have at least 13 recruits out there, 2020 for 2024, and we're gonna have 6 for 2025. We're gonna have a bevy
That's
of
the
people.
ones I'm looking for is the 2025 class. I
Yeah, no,
already,
when he frees, yeah, he'll do. Yeah, I'm afraid when he comes to some shit like that because these guys still can be flipped. But
yeah,
these guys
exactly.
are committed. They are hard commits. I don't see them guys. I don't see them. I
Oh
don't see
yeah.
them really switching up. Man, you never know. We might bring NBA YoungBoy to the game, man. Bryce Underwood, you want to meet him? But
Oh yeah.
yeah, man, yeah. I think it's gonna be a very fun game. I do think it's gonna be a nostalgic SEC game, bro. I think it's gonna be a very close one. If anybody know, bro, like I said, I like Auburn. Auburn is the in 20 in our 2019 run. Auburn played us the tightest. In 2019, we squeezed out a victory, and then they all
Hmm.
2023 in Death Valley. So yeah, man, Auburn always plays us tough. Always played. It's rarely a case where we blow out Auburn. It's never that case, man. It's never that
Well,
case.
see, I will say this because I know Nick Saban needs to wrap this up, but I will say this that nobody really seems to be preaching about Hugh Freeze and this team. Go look at the Las Vegas win total, 6.5. So we get to 7 wins. Anything above 7 wins is called house money, and Hugh Freeze knows it. So games like Georgia, Bama, LSU, uh, I think that's really the last big three because we lost to A&M. But with the games with Bama, LSU, and that Georgia game, that was house money. If we can get one of these three, you know, uh, this would be an 8-win team. So Hugh Freeze knows that, if he gets a win here, this will be just a bonus. This is not a calculated win. I will tell you that. This is not something that Hugh Freeze says, oh, yeah, we're definitely going to win here. No, it's just something that he's playing house cards with and just hoping that he draws up the right cards and gets an extra win here.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. Hugh Freeze, man, like I said, he is a perennial favorite guy. I like him. I like him a lot, man. Just on what he did with Ole Miss, man. He's a good recruiter. Where did he coach at in high? Didn't he coach like Michael Orr or some shit in high school?
Yes. Well, no, I actually coached him at Ole Miss.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but I thought he was like the offensive coordinator up there when he was in high school.
I don't know about the high school, but I know he went to Arkansas State, where he
Okay.
really began at Arkansas State and built that program up. But before now, it's become nothing. But then he went to Ole Miss, where he had all the 5 stars in the world. He had the Kimdichie brothers. He had everybody just basically lined up at the door coming in and really kind of showing, Saban how it's done. But it was done illegally.
Bro,
So,
just
but
all I'm saying is, bro, tell Hugh Freeze don't come down there with no slick shit, bro. Keep it cute, man.
no, man.
Yeah,
One thing I could tell you right.
I'm
I can
coming
tell
in,
you,
man.
one thing I could tell you right now is when it comes to Hugh Freeze, expect the unexpected,
Yeah, I
expect the
know. Yeah,
kitchen sink and everything thrown at you.
he's a better version of Les Miles. He's what Les Miles should have been. He's a good recruiter like Les Miles, but he's also a better play caller than Les Miles. That's why I say So I mean, but yeah, tell him keep it cute. Don't try no shit he ain't never tried on us before.
Hey man, I'm gonna ask y'all a question real quick before we end this thing. And I appreciate y'all for doing this because this been a good one. And Van, I wish you would start a channel. And if you do, I'm gonna support it. I'm gonna push it, help him push it.
Oh yeah,
and we got some plans
bro.
too. If you
I'm
start a
starting
channel
on,
too.
I got the streamline, the StreamYard shit set up. It's just, man, I've been my work schedule is busy. I'm an API inspector down here in Baton Rouge in the refinery. So, we're in the middle of like a shutdown, so I'm constantly at work. But during our slow season, mostly I'm gonna probably start when the season over with. We're recruiting and shit. But yeah, I'm gonna be talking shit. So I'm gonna be sending some shots at y'all and everything.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna talk shit, bro. It's gonna be all in the love of SEC, bro. Cause I'm an SEC fan. I'm an SEC West fan. I represent the West Side. But yeah, man, that's why I be trying to tell people, bro. Like y'all stuck on this Georgia shit, dog. Georgia, apparently Georgia must start playing championships in 2021. All I know is when I was growing up, I seen Auburn went to the national championship twice. They won it once. I seen LSU went 4 times. We won it 3 times. I seen Alabama win 8 times and won it 6. So I mean, the West Side is the best side. We busting shots at Georgia. We don't really care no more, dog. Yeah, ain't Georgia.
Y'all,
that's all it is, man.
If y'all on Twitter, this is my man Jeremy on Twitter. I'm telling you, he got some of the best Twitter spaces out there. Like he said, he talks to a lot of insiders. He talks to a lot of high school going to college recruits. If y'all on Twitter, I'm telling you, his spaces, when he pops the space up there, that's a space to be in, man. If y'all want to hear legit football, like and some real conversations from some dudes that are somebody in the sports world.
And who do you talk to from Tiger Bait?
Preston Guy.
Preston Guy? Yeah, all right, yeah, cool. I know Preston.
Yep. So hell, I talked to him. I talked to AYS Sports. I talked to him.
You ever had a conversation with Mike Scarborough?
No, I've been told he is the busiest man in Tiger Baiting, and he's kind of hard to get on.
Yeah. So he keeps up with the high school football. He is the hardest working man. Probably, I want to say, covering the Tigers.
Yeah.
He does it all, covering from recruiting, player development, media. He does it all. Alumni. He does it all. Girl basketball. Baseball. He's the hardest working man over there, bro.
Oh yeah, and I do football roundtable games. Like last night I did, well no, not last. Yeah. Last night I did 2 of them. I did one with Blaine Crane, the Crane Company. I've had Jake Crane on. I've had his brother Blaine on now plenty of times, and last night I had a legit Tennessee versus Aggie roundtable with guys that covered them schools. And it's some good stuff. So each week I try to do something. Like right now I got 2 Miami spaces, one with Clemson scheduled with some Miami insiders and FSU insiders and Clemson insiders. So all of them already been lined up. So I do this like every week.
Hey, before we leave, dog, you said Brock Bowers is the best athlete in the NCAA. I mean NCAA.
Yes, as a athlete in football now. Now, in football, he is the best football player in the country.
What about Travis Hunter?
Travis Hunter, he's young. He's got so much potential. He really does. But a lot of folks are questioning, can he play both sides throughout his whole career in college though?
He's an athlete, he does.
Yeah. But, as of right now, Brock Bowers, nobody touches him. He's probably going to be the guy that sets records like you would not believe. I think he's already set, I don't know how many records at Georgia. I've been told it's already a few of them that nobody's ever set. So he is the greatest athlete and probably one of them guys that you may see once in a 5-10 year span. So he's one of the very few that you will see. He's kind of like Cam Newton and some of these guys that have came through every 5 years.
I don't think he's Cam Newton because Cam Newton is a generational talent that comes from Auburn. I wouldn't put him on the likes of Cam Newton. I would say he's Aaron Hernandez at Florida. I can see him being that.
Yeah, I mean,
Aaron Hernandez was a
you
very
know,
dominant from Tim Tebow.
yeah,
We couldn't. Yeah. I remember Aaron Hernandez bust our ass at LSU. We
yeah,
couldn't cover him. He
yeah.
was a
I
big
mean,
5
yeah.
guy. Yeah.
I mean, like, Brock Bowers is a generational talent. I don't think, like, seriously, does anyone really think that they're going to see another 6'5", 240-pound tight end actually make it to New York and put up gaudy numbers like he does in receiving and can be able to block in this day of time? I don't know if I'll ever see that again in my lifetime because I'm 30 years old. So
But is
I don't know if I'll ever see that kind of player again because he's just a freak of nature.
But is he a victim? Is he a victim of the success that is he a victim of the scheme that Kirby runs for him? If we target him as much times that and utilize tight end, I
Well,
understand he's a star route runner. He has subpar speed. He's not the fastest tight end I've seen in college before, but he's rarely decent. But I would say in the last 10 years, I would say this, he's a decade receiver. I won't say he's a generation receiver. I can say he's a decade receiver. He's the best decade receiver in the 2010s.
yeah. Well, here's the thing that really stands out. He grew up in California, up in the mountains, where during
Yes.
COVID, when he came out in COVID, you know what he was doing? He was doing running up the mountains where they do the wine fields and all that up the mountains. Like he would train and run up them mountains every day for like 2-3 hours straight. But basically getting his breathing, I guess getting his conditioning and getting the elevation and just basically training like he's a professional athlete. So he kind of stands out as a college player that I have never seen. I know, Cam Newton is a generational player, but like in the scheme of receiving and blocking, I have never seen anybody like this man because there is nothing that can stop him. You may slow him down, but eventually the coaches are going to put him in a situation where he's going to break out and you're not going to be able to stop him. And it takes more than one grown man. It takes at least 3 grown men to bring that man down.
Yeah,
So,
I see that. I understand it. I just wouldn't put him in the same conversation. I wouldn't even put him in the same room with Cam Newton. Man, Cam Newton had one of the greatest runs in college football ever. He was
yeah,
actually,
I know.
it was a one-man team. One-man team. I watched this man come back and dismantle Alabama, dog. Like
Oh, yeah, I know.
like I said, it's Vince Young, Joe Burrow, then Cam Newton, dog.
So this is the question I want to ask. 2010 Auburn versus 2019 LSU.
Oh, 2010 Auburn would win that game. Okay, because ain't nobody could stop Cam Newton because Cam Newton gonna truck Harold Perkins. Harold Perkins will be picking us up off the ground, man.
Harold wasn't on that team in 2019.
Well, oh yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind. So, who was on that team for defense? Because man, that defense was bad.
You had Del Pitt Jr. You had Del Pitt who won the Jim Thorpe Award. You had the best. We had Derek Stingley Jr. who he won the best corner. He won the best corner. Del Pitt. We had Jacoby Stevens as free safety. We had Patrick Queen who was going to lay Cam Newton ass out if he was going to ever thought about going in the middle. Yeah, bro. We had the best line in college football. And so I want to know who's going to stop Justin Jefferson. Who's going to stop Justin Jefferson, Terrace Marshall Jr., and Jamar Chase?
I don't know, man. I mean,
he was averaging 400 yards of off a game.
Oh yeah, I give credit, man. Y'all had the most lethal offense.
And I can make a case. All right, and you may disagree with it, but all right, when they say who's the greatest championship team ever all time, I'm gonna say it's Miami because of all the first rounders they had. But I'm gonna say it's LSU second. It's a bunch of teams. It's a bunch of college teams. That had Cinderella stories. Like Cam Newton had. Cam Newton was very successful, bro. Based on what Gus Malzahn down there calling y'all. Yeah, Cam Newton, he got the most out of that guy, bro. He got the most out of that guy, and he took that philosophy from Urban Meyer, where he learned in Florida, went to Bland, dog. But 2019, no disrespect, dog. We was gonna whoop the sleeves off y'all ass.
Well, I think it would have been a damn shootout because
it wasn't gonna be no shootout. It wasn't gonna be no shootout.
I'm sorry to say, but you also got to remember. I think we had the best running back that nobody was talking about in 2010. In the guy who Oregon fans still hate, in Michael Dyer.
Yeah, Michael Dyer.
He was that dude. He was a dog.
Yeah, fairly, yeah, but you gotta understand shit.
I don't know if Joe Burrow would be able to stand up against Nick Fairley after he slammed him.
Dog, it's something about Joe Burrow, dog. That dude, see, a lot of people don't understand. He got his stripes in the UCF game when he got targeted.
Yeah.
I never seen a hit put on a quarterback like that, like in 5 years previous to that. Dog, I just don't see. Yeah, Auburn, we probably would have beat y'all probably by 2 touchdowns that game, dog.
Woo.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, you want to talk about hits? How about you go watch Nick Fairley driving?
Yeah,
I think it's Georgia QB, or maybe it was Alabama. I can't remember, but he drove multiple in there. But I think it was the Georgia one where he literally drove his whole shoulder and collarbone into the dirt, and you could actually see the dirt coming up. There ain't nobody that could do that.
Nick Fairley would have been the best defensive player out there on that field. I don't. You have no quarrel with me on that one. But we had a abundance of great defensive players, and we had half of the award winners in our secondary in the back, man.
Oh yeah. Hey man, I give it to y'all, man.
We had another first rounder, Derek Stingley Jr. in the back. Yeah, we had players everywhere on that defense.
But I think Joe Burrow saw his own ghost in that LSU Auburn game when he almost got tore into the ground by Derek Brown. Because if he wouldn't have got that ball off when I think he was at the 10-yard line and somehow Derek Brown got loose and chased him and he had to dump the ball off, I could swear a day when Joe Burrow saw his own ghost.
I remember that dude, Derek Brown. I remember that guy. Wasn't he
he was a dog.
Yeah, defensive tackle. Big defensive tackle, 315 pounds.
Yeah, I remember that game really well, bro. But Alabama played LSU the best in 2019. Yeah, bro. Y'all did, bro. If we would have had 30 more seconds in that fucking game, we would have lost that game, man.
Oh yeah, that was the most unanticipated Auburn game I have ever seen. I thought we ain't gonna have a chance in this game, and for some reason, Jarrett Stidham couldn't do nothing, but the defense was keeping us in the game. I was like, if Derek Brown can knock out Joe Burrow, I would hate to wish that upon someone, but if you can knock him out for the rest of the game, that would do us some wonders.
Right. Yeah, but hey, Bama played this tough too. David Aranda laid on the knife that game, bro. We jumped off on Bama 21-7. The first half, fucking here come Tua, a decrepit Tua. He wasn't even 100% that game. But he still threw over 300 that fucking game.
So.
Yeah, he still threw over 300, bro. Like, damn, that game. Yeah, bro, I thought we was going to be honest with you, Nick Saban, you my dog and everything. I thought we were going to blow the doors off y'all ass when coming to that, bro.
I still can't get on that one play in the
Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart. Oh,
I can't get over that one play in the fourth quarter, man. When we had a chance, and it was like 39, 38, and y'all gave it to Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
It was Helaire, and he ran over. Dog, he ran over, bro. He ran over all y'all big, bro. He ran over every. I was about to
listen. If you was beside me, you would have seen my soul leave me and go to heaven.
No, he carried.
I died. Dude. I was like,
dude, he carried old boy to the thing with him like a little baby, bro. He carried that. He carried that dude, bro.
Then what made me so mad when I rewatched it, everybody come hitting him up high. I'm like, why is everybody hitting this man so high in the first place?
5'7", bro.
Yes.
Yeah, the smallest man on the field.
Listen, this was great, bro. I like the back and forth debate. Y'all kept it respectful at all times. I liked it. Hey, y'all in the chat, Jay Sykes, bro. We gotta quit with it. Listen, this is an opinionated thing, bro. Everybody got their opinions. We can't be calling people dummy on here, man. Come on, bro.
Oh, he called me a dummy.
Like you got your opinions, everybody else got their opinions as well.
He called me a dummy. He called me a dummy. That's what he called me.
He was talking to Coach.
He probably he called me a dummy. How he called me a dummy? LSU leading LSU's second leading national championship behind Alabama. Y'all just start playing. Y'all just Georgia just arrived to the party, dog. The party we've been playing for championships. Y'all late to the party, dog.
But yeah, man, appreciate y'all though, man. I like that. I really like that. Both y'all got very good takes. Like I said, if you're on Twitter, this is my man Jeremy. I'm telling you, he got some of the best Twitter spaces, bro. He got some of the most interesting people on there. And Chris, when you get this goddamn on YouTube channel going, we're gonna get this podcast going. And I'm trying to save it for you. I want you to put it on your thing on your channel so we can do it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get it, bro.
Appreciate y'all. And I ain't get my thought on it, but I got LSU in a close one on this one. But it's one of them games that you look at is hard because Auburn provides a defense that I think can test LSU in some ways. And LSU offense is what I see too is like, I can't deny that offense at all. But I feel like if Auburn can come in and make do a couple of things, I feel like they can test y'all defense. The defense is what I'm more worried about for LSU, but I got LSU winning this one in a close one.
Man, I appreciate for talking to you, Jeremy, man. It was a good
all right, man. Hey, I appreciate it too, man.
Good talk, man.
Yes, sir. But we're about to end this thing. I think Bam Damn Sports should be on. So, hey, y'all go check out Bam Damn Sports right now. Go check out Bam Damn Sports. And if anybody left on here, next Tuesday, it's going to be TriStar. Sports Talk Jay from YouTube. He a Tennessee guy. Kangaroo Black and myself, we will be debating this Tennessee versus Alabama game. We will be debating it. So, Sports Talk Jay, TriStar, Kangaroo Black, and Nick Saban Jr. himself. We're going to be talking about this thing next week on next Tuesday.
Comic View. It's about comedy on that.
And Jeremy, you know TriStar.
Oh, yeah, boy.
That's the dude that be in the truck.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's about...
Yeah, it's about big. Hey, we about to put on.
I'm gonna have to see that.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's what I feel too. That'll be a big show. I feel the same way too. Sports Dog J, he got like over 10,000 subscribers. KB over 11,000. So, hey, this is gonna be a good one. TriStar, you know, he do TriStar. He do work with I think it's Mark Rogers now. In my own voice, he do the Tennessee content for after the game. So, yeah, I'm gonna like that one. Good night. So, y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Jeremy, Chris, I appreciate y'all. It was a great show.
I appreciate it too, man.
Yes, sir. And roll Tide.
Go Tide.
And we out.
All right, dog.